Guy up here. Everybody give a warm round of applause for Ben Garcia!
It's like, I take my time, and I try real hard, no matter what I do, no matter what I try, it never works out. 100%
happy. My mom wrote some words of encouragement, so I'm going to put those right. So, I don't see the microphone from last week. Does anybody remember the one that had all the duct tape on it? It fell over like 10 times loose. But it made me wonder about duct tape a little bit. Actually, I just wondered, is duct tape like skin-colored Band-Aids for robots? That's my warm-up joke. Anyway, so last week it was John and Candy were the MCs, and boy, they got blazed by the end of the night. It was really funny. But I was talking to my girl over there, and I said, you know, I've never smoked weed ever. And John came over, and or Candy came over and said, hey man, he's like, we got a van out there. You could totally come smoke weed with us. It's like, cool, all right, yeah, I trust you guys. I don't know you, but I trust you guys. And he said, but the only thing is, he said, you're going to have to do it exactly the way we tell you. So I'm like, all right, cool, how weird could that get? And John says, yo, you're going to have to do it blindfolded. Now, I've seen, like, all the Cheech and Chong movies. I've seen Dazed and Confused. I've seen all those movies. I've never seen anybody blindfolded smoke weed. But, you know, I thought, okay, that's cool. You know, it's their rules. They're going to take me under their wing. I'll go with them. I'll give it a shot. So we get me blindfolded up out there, walk out to the van, and I thought, you know, that's kind of odd, really, because maybe they thought I was a narc or an undercover cop, because I get that a lot. And so anyway, I'm thinking, you know, but the weird thing is there's a skinny, long-haired, hippie-looking guy and a black dude walking a blindfolded white guy through the parking lot, leading him to a van. To me, that seemed kind of weird. I thought if the cops were going to come, that would be because of that. But anyway, so we get to the van, we get out there, I hear the door open, and of course, remember, I can't see anything. And how the hell is this thing over here? And so anyway, so we go out there to the van, and John says, he says, yo, when we get in the van, the roof's really low, so we're going to need you to probably just stay on your knees the entire time. I'm like, all right, that's cool. They're looking out for my safety. I might get so fucked up that I might jump up in the air real quick and hit my head, so I get it. That's nice of those guys. So I get in the van, I'm on my knees, I'm actually feeling around on the van floor. Nice, it's shag, I can tell. Fill up the side. Oh, wall-to-wall shag. This is nice, I like this. So while I'm there, and I'm waiting, I hear two zipping sounds, but they were unzipping sounds. Zip, zip. I was like, oh, that's got to be their huge bag of weed. I bet they're unzipping their bag. That's got to be what it is. And then the smell hit me right in the face. Whew. It was like, holy cow, man. I don't know much about weed, but maybe you could wash it because it smelled kind of sweaty and like vinegary. It's like, it's got to be really good weed is what I'm guessing from that. But so anyway, so John says, just chill for a minute. It's going to take us a little bit here to get ready. He said, you just take it easy on the shag. So I sat there. And I heard John say, he's like, man, I've got the hugest load ready to go in this thing. I'm thinking, wow, cool, man, a huge load. I can't wait. I'm so excited. But on the inside, I'm thinking, you know what, though? I don't want to look like a nerd. I hope I don't choke on this huge load. Or, you know, worst of all, I don't want to look like an amateur. I don't want to throw up from John's big load, but I don't know. I thought, okay, we'll give it a shot. So I'm sitting there and I'm waiting, and all of a sudden, whoa. I was like, you guys have got to calm down. You can't just shove it down my throat. I've never done this before. So I was like, Candy, I was like, take it easy. I said, that thing almost went all the way down my throat. I was like, now let's just back it up. I said, no, just ease it in nice and slow. What do I need to do? So Candy says, pretty much you just need to suck. That's how you smoke a bong, just suck. So I did. I sucked and I sucked, and I got no smoke. So John takes me and shoves his bong in my mouth. He says you gotta suck harder and faster, otherwise this is not gonna work. Alright, so I sucked harder and I sucked faster, but it didn't matter how hard or how fast I sucked, I could not get any smoke. Well, they started getting jealous, I think, because maybe I acted like I liked one bong better than the other. So they'd take me and rip me off of one, pop it in for another one. So I'm sucking, and I'm sucking, nugging, pop it out, boom, back in. I'm like, holy cow, man, my neck's starting to get sore. I feel like I'm watching, I think I'm watching kids with Down syndrome play tennis. So no smoke. So, but anyway, listen, I can tell one of these two guys, I can't remember off the top of my head now, but one of these two guys definitely was a professional weed smoker. I could tell, just because his bong was so much bigger. I could barely wrap my lips around it, it was so huge. But you know what, and I don't like stereotypes, and I'm not here to be any part of stereotypes or anything like that. But I think we all know what they say about black guys. And the one thing that they all have in common, right? They all have a huge love of pot, and so I think you can tell, if you look at John and Candy, you can tell which one probably had the bigger bong. But it must have been really good weed because those guys giggled the entire time. Didn't stop laughing the entire time. But actually I wish they were here because I wish I could tell them thank you for taking them under my wing, or under their wing.
Yeah, I am here.
Oh, nice, thank you.
Hey, actually, you know why you had to suck harder and faster? It's because I hit John's bong before you did that.
Ah, nice, nice. Well, and I only want to give one bit of criticism, even though I don't know really anything about smoking weed. And again, I thank you so much. Probably, maybe you ought to just change your bong water because I thought it tasted kind of salty. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to... Hey, buddy, what's going on, yo? What? No. Hey, you think so, really? No, that can't be true. What about the bong water? What was that?
I'm sorry you had to find out.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God, I'm homosexual. God. Oh, that's awful. Well, well, that explains a couple things, actually. Because every time I tell that story, I usually get at least two guys invite me out to their van to go smoke weed. So. All right, my name's Ben. I appreciate it. Thank you.